everybody, welcome to Wednesday's Pilates session. Really pleased that you could join me. Don't forget to drop a comment below, let me know how you found the class. Okay, let's get started. Okay, we're just going to start laying down on our mat. Knees bent, feet on the floor. I'm going to find that curved neutral position. Just resting those arms down beside you. We're going to start to take nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So just taking nice deep breaths in and out. And whilst we're doing this, we're going to try and make sure that those hips stay nice and level. So imagine you've got a torch on each hip bone and they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. We want to keep the upper body nice and relaxed. So the shoulders are away from your ears, your chest is nice and open. Keep the weight evenly placed through those feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. Start to gently tighten through your tummy. From here, as you breathe out, you're tucking the pelvis under to flatten that lower back into the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding. Releasing back out. So as you're tucking under, you're just trying to find that nice, strong, flat back position. We're using the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move. On this next one, we're going to hold that flattened position. So we're holding that tucked under flat back. Making sure that you don't get that gap underneath the lower spine. We're going to start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with your pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So we're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're halving that contraction. Still in your flat back, but we're on 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we're still keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. They're away from the ears, keeping that chest nice and open. If you're feeling tense, just turn your palms up towards the ceiling. We're pulling the tummy all the way down towards the spine and keeping that weight even through your feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. We're halving that contraction. So 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So that back should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're bringing both feet off of the floor, the legs come into tabletop, and we're gluing them together. As you breathe out, you're tipping over to the side, releasing that hip from the floor. Inhale to come back into the center, find your flat back. We go over to the other side, tipping over, releasing that hip. Hold, breathe in to come back to the center. Tipping over. And center. So although one hip is releasing from the floor, we're trying to keep both shoulders in contact with the mat. You're using your tummy muscles to take you over to the side, to bring you back to the center where we're finding our flat back position. Use your tummy, and then again onto the other side. Got 2 more on each side. We're tipping over. And center. Tipping over. And center. Last one on each side. Tipping over. And center. Tipping over. And center. Relaxing there, hug those knees in. And just rock yourself from side to side. And then going to go onto our hands and knees. So taking the hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Your tummy's nice and tightened here. So we're going to do our stretch out through the back. So we're going to tuck the pelvis under. So you're curving your back. You want to arch the spine all the way up and drop the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. As you exhale, let the pelvis come back to your start position. So you're working through the spine, piece by piece, and the head lifts. We're tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. We hold, then we're releasing out through the spine, piece by piece, lifting the head, tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. We hold, releasing through the spine, piece by piece. The head is lifting. So we want to get lots of movement through the back. So you're working into each section piece by piece. if there are any areas that are feeling stiff or sore, we're going to slow them down. Taking your time to release each vertebrae one by one. So as you're curving your back, you're pulling the tummy all the way in. And as you're releasing out through the spine, let those shoulders come away from the ears. We're taking 2 more here. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine. Piece by piece. Lifting the head. This is your last one. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back, dropping the head. We hold, releasing out through the spine, piece by piece. The head is the last thing to lift. From here we're going to push back into our shell stretch, bottom to the feet, reaching those arms out in front. Then we're on our sides, so you're laying with your knees bent, arms reaching out long and in front of you, have those legs one on top of the other. You can place a pillow or something under your head if you need it. From here we're going to lift that top arm up so your fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you as you twist towards the opposite wall. Holding there for a moment to take your stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Lifting the top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twist towards the opposite wall. We hold and stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. So we want to make sure that arm stays nice and long. So you're stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. Make sure your legs stay glued together and grounded so that this twist comes through your waist. Following that hand for as long as you can with your head to make sure we've got a good range of movement through the neck. Nice deep breaths. We've got 2 more on this side. Lifting up to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting towards the opposite wall. We hold. Come back up and over. Back down to your start position. Last one. Lift up to the ceiling. Take the head with you, opening out. We hold. Come back up and over. And down to your start position. From here we're swapping sides. So either rolling over to face the other way, or just change the end of your mat that you're laying out. Legs are one on top of the other. Head rests down, arms are nice and long. Lifting the top arm up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting towards the opposite wall. Holding there to stretch. Before lifting up and over. To come back down, palm to palm. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twist to the opposite wall. Holding there, we stretch. Before lifting up and over. To come back down, palm to palm. So remember to keep the arms stretching. Reaching from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. Legs stay glued together. We're working through the waist. Nice deep breaths. Let's take one more here. Lifting up to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Come back up and over. And down to your start position. Rolling onto your back. Take a nice full body stretch. And then bending the knees, place your feet on the floor. We want to make sure that we've got the knees in line with the hips. We've got that curve underneath your lower back. Arms are resting down beside you. We're going to take a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift the shoulders from the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down to the floor. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. So we're using the tummy muscles to lift us. Pulling the belly button all the way down. Your chin to chest position is there to try and keep that neck nice and relaxed. So we're taking a big nod of the head first, then the tummy will tighten to lift you. The arms are reaching long and away, keeping the shoulders down. Tighten the pelvic floor. Breathe. We've got two more here. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. Last one, then we'll change the arms. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. From here, we're still going to go chin to chest as we nod the head. Lifting the shoulders and reaching the arms. You're taking one arm across the body towards the opposite knee. The other arm just stays long on the side. Come back to the centre, down to the mat. Chin to chest, lifting the shoulders. The arm comes across to the opposite knee. You swap sides. We hold. Control back down. So we're going to swap sides each time. Chin to chest. You lift through the centre first, then add the reach to the knee. back to the centre, and down, swapping sides. Nod and lift. Reach over and centre and down. If you need to support the head here, you can. Still using the chin to chest, just taking one hand away as you reach over towards the knee. Make sure those shoulders stay down, reach the arms long. Keep that chin to chest position, deep breaths. You've got 2 more on each side. Centre first, then reach over, back to the centre and down. Chin to chest, lifting up, the arm reaches over, centre and down. Last one on each side. Nod the head, lift the shoulders, reach over, come centre and down. Last one, chin to chest, lift up, reach over to the centre and down. Hug those knees in, just shake the head from side to side. And from here we're going to go on to our fronts. So we're going to take those legs nice and long. Arms are going to come mat width apart and in line with your ears. Don't let the hands be too far forwards. We're looking down towards the floor. We're taking a deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. Keep the forearms down. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. So you push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. So make sure you're working every muscle in the legs, from your feet all the way into your bottom. If at any point you're getting cramp through the legs or the feet, tuck the toes under like I'm doing here to help lengthen through those legs. Pull the tummy in. You're using your bottom and your tummy to keep your back nice and strong. Excuse me. You're thinking shoulders are down, chest is nice and open. Deep breaths. Two more here, then we'll change the arms. Last one, lifting the nose and the chest, coming up. We hold, control back down. So we're going to keep pushing the nose forwards, but as you do this, you're going to lift one arm with you. Holding at the top, control back down, swapping sides, push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest, the arm comes away as well. We hold, control back down. You need to make sure here that you stay central. You shouldn't be leaning over. You're staying in that nice lifted central position. Control back down. Swapping sides each time. Let's take two more on each side, pushing forwards and lift. Squeeze that bottom, tummy's tightened. One more time on each side. Lifting up. We hold. Controlling down, last time. Lifting up, hold, control, back down. From here we're pushing ourselves back into our shell stretch. So your bottom's going back towards your feet and we're reaching those arms out in front. Drop that head down. From here you can grab yourself a drink if you need one. And then we're going to be on our backs for the 100. Excuse me. So, we're finding a nice strong flat back position. So you want to make sure there's no gap underneath your lower spine. From here we're lifting the legs just into a tabletop position, but make sure they're nice and close together. If your neck is sore, you can leave your head resting down. If not, we're going to be lifted through the upper body. We're going to be rotating the hands as we change our breath. We've done this one a few times before. Excuse me. So we start as we're breathing in with our palms facing the floor. And then as you breathe out, they're just going to rotate up to face the ceiling. If you start to get really confused, just choose one and stay with it. It doesn't matter too much. So it will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, we take the hands behind the head. We've got our 2 sets of 8 sitting up towards the legs. Keep that chin to chest position. We then rest that head down, bring the arms beside you. We're going to go into 2 sets of 8 of toe taps. And then we'll relax, hug those knees in, and then we'll take a stretch out. I'll talk you through everything so you know what's going on. So from here, flatten that lower back, lift those legs into tabletop. If you're lifting your upper body, nod the head, lift the shoulders, and take those arms nice and long. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, take those hands behind your head. We're going into sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more, 8, 7, 6, tummies in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your head down, arms come beside the legs. We're going into toe taps for 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there, hug those knees in. And take yourself into a full body stretch. Reach out nice and long. You can give those legs a shake out if you need to. Once you've finished having a stretch, bring yourself up to sitting. Of course, you can grab yourself a drink here if you need to. So, we're going to come up to a nice seated position. You can use a cushion or something if you need to. You're going to bring the knees bent, feet on the floor. I'm just going to bring those arms so they're coming across your chest like you're giving yourself a nice hug. Get seated as tall as you can through your spine. From here, as you breathe out, you're going to pull your tummy in to curve the back and start to lean away from the legs. So take it no further than halfway. You can have it small. We're holding here to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, tighten more, lift yourself up and over the legs. Inhale to sit nice and tall. Curve and lean away. Holding there. We're lifting up and over. Sitting up tall through the spine. Use your tummy muscles to take you back. To hold you there. Tighten more. Lift yourself up and over. Sitting up tall through the spine. Get those shoulders away from the ears. Curve and lean away. Holding there. Come up and over. Restacking the spine. Make sure you're sitting tall before you start to add that curve in. Nice deep breaths. So you shouldn't be holding your breath at any point during this movement. Tighten the pelvic floor. So we're working deep into these lower tummy muscles. Two more here. Curve and lean away. We hold. Lift up and over. Restack the spine, sitting up tall. This is your last one. Curve and lean away. We hold. Lift up and over. Restack the spine, nice and tall. Relaxing there. Take the legs crossed, whichever is comfortable for you. Again, you can sit on a cushion here if that's more comfortable for you. What we're going to do is from here, we did this one yesterday, we're just going to reach our arms as far forward as we can and drop the head. So really drop the head, the weight of your head will increase that stretch. We're just taking nice deep breaths in and out, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Really nice deep breath in this time. As you breathe out, just creep those fingertips further forwards. Holding here, breathing in and out. Nice deep breath in. This time as you breathe out, creep those hands forwards. Just holding here to breathe. And just slowly bring yourself back up to sitting. Cross your legs the other way. And we're going again. So just start to creep those hands forwards. Drop the head. Holding here, breathing in and out. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, creep those fingertips further forwards. And again, breathing in and out. Deep breath in. Breathing out, creep those fingertips forwards. Just holding here. And then just slowly bring yourself back up to sitting. Bring the soles of your feet together. So your knees are nice and wide, your hips are really open. Take hold of your feet and just curve yourself forwards. And if you want to increase that stretch, we push those elbows into the legs and lean as far forward as you can here. Good, from here on our backs, if you want a drink, then grab one. So we're going to find our nice strong flat back position. Tucked under, no gap. Legs lifting to tabletop, hands are beside the knees. We're going to nod the head, lift the shoulders off. If your neck is really sore, then you can leave it resting down. As you breathe out, reach one leg long and away from you, the other leg stays bent. Inhale to the centre, and we swap sides. Reaching long and away, back to the centre. Reaching long and away, back to the centre. So we want to get this leg as long as we possibly can. Doesn't matter how high or low it's travelling, what we want is that length. Keep the tummy pulled down, pelvic floor is tightened, so your back stays nice and flat. Chin to chest position. Keep the neck nice and relaxed. You can drop the head back if you need to. And we breathe. Let's take two more on each side. Reach the leg away. And in. Reaching away. And in. One more each side. Reaching away. And in. Reaching away. And in. Just hug those knees to the chest. You can shake the head out if the neck is sore. We're staying in our flat back. Make sure you're nice and tucked under, lose that gap. Bring your legs back into tabletop. This time both hands are behind your head. Don't have them on the neck, they're behind the head. Chin to chest, lift those shoulders, elbows are wide. You're still going to reach that leg nice and long, but we're going to twist towards the leg you've moved. So away from the bent leg. Back to the centre, swap sides, reach long and twist over. Back to the centre. So you're twisting the opposite way to where you want to go. Back to the centre. Twist over. And centre. Breathe. And centre. Still keep the leg nice and long. You're going to lose that flat back as you twist. Try and find it as you come into the centre. So you get the tummy and pelvic floor working. And centre. Two more on each side. Twist over. And centre. Twist over. And centre. Last one each side. Twist over. And centre. Twist over. And centre. Hug those knees in and rock from side to side. Staying in your flat back position. Again, nice and tucked under, flat back. The legs are going to lift and we lengthen them. Hands start beside the knees. Remembering here that if you need to keep your knees bent, you can. That's not a problem. It's the longest position that you can maintain lifted. Either leaving your head down or chin to chest, lifting the shoulders away. One leg is lowering on that pulse. Exhale, exhale down. Inhale, lift. And lift. And lift. Down, down and lift. So you're thinking long, longer lift. Long, longer lift. Doesn't matter if the top leg is bent, the bottom leg is straight, straight, lift. Straight, straight, lift. Chin to chest. Relax that neck. And lift. Tummy pulls down. Tighten that pelvic floor. And lift. And lift. And lift. From there, flex your feet. Push into those heels. Same thing. Down, down and lift. Down, down and lift. That should increase the feeling in the back of your calf. Push into that heel. Still long on the leg you're moving. Down, down and lift. And lift. And lift. Tummy pulls down. Use your pelvic floor. Breathe, breathe and lift. You can rest your head down if your neck is sore. And lift. 2 more each side. Down, down, lift. Down, down, lift. Last one each side. Down, down, lift. Down, down, lift. Relax. Full body stretch. Good. Grab a drink if you need one. We're going on to our side. So we're going to lay with those legs reaching out long. Take your arm out long and away from you so you can rest down on the top of it. If that's quite uncomfortable for you, you can bend the elbow to prop your head up in your hand or try and get a pillow or something underneath there to make it more comfortable. Your hips are directly one on top of the other. So if I pop my hand on my hip, you can see that my elbow is pointing up to the ceiling. Lots of you are going to want to sit backwards or forwards on those hips because it's easier. So make sure that hip is up. You can test by placing your hand there. If you look down your body and flex your feet, you should be able to see your toes. If you can't see them, then bring your legs a little bit further forwards, and that's going to help you keep in that position as well. Your top arm, place it on the floor to keep you balanced. You should feel as though you do need that at least some of the time to keep those hips stacked. So if it feels too easy, check that you've got those hips in the right position. From here, we're lifting the top leg up, pointed, flex to come back down. Pointing to lift, flex to come back down. Lift that leg only in line with the hip or very slightly higher. Don't start to kick the leg up where you're going to lose the correct position and we're not isolating and working the right muscles. Okay, so it's just nice and controlled. Point to lift, flex back down, breathe. So we're working through that pointing and flexing movement. We're working on our range of movement through the ankle. Did a lot of work on that last week. And I spoke about it then being called dorsiflexion and plantarflexion. So we're just working on that movement through the ankle. Keep the tummy tightened. Breathe. 4 more here. Lift, flex, down. Lift, flex, down. 2 more. Point, flex, down. Last one. Lift up, flex, come down. Okay, now we're lifting that leg up to hold. Breathe through this pain. We're going to circle forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7. Keep going. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg forward. So with that knee relaxing on the mat or the floor, you should feel like that hip is quite comfortable and relaxed. Your underneath leg is going to lift up and down. Hopefully you can see that lifting up and down. So the top leg is resting and that hip is now forwards. The underneath leg is lifting up and down. Just point through those toes. Nice deep breaths, lifting up and down. Try and keep this shoulder away from the ear and nice and open through the chest. So don't let it drop down and hunch. 4 more here, lifting up and down. Up and down. Last 2, up and down. Lift up and down. Use your supporting hand to push into the floor to restack those hips. Just check you're in the right position. We're going to lift our top leg up, no higher than the hip. The bottom leg comes to meet it. They come down together. Lift up and down. So if you lift your top leg up too high, your bottom leg will never find it. Lift up, they touch, come down. Use your tummy. Up and down. Breathe. And down. And down. And down. You've got 3 more here. Lift up and down. Up and down. Last 1. Up and down. 6 double lifts. Come up and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. 3 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 1. Lift and down. Relaxing there. Going on to the other side. So you can either roll over to face the other wall or just change the end of the mat. So remember, arms long to rest your head down. You can bend the elbow to prop yourself up. Your hips are one on top of the other. Check with your hand. Flex the feet, look down your body. You should be able to see your toes. If you can't, then bring them slightly further forwards. Use that top arm for support to keep you in that balanced position. We lift up, pointed. Flex to come back down. Point to lift. Flex back down. Make sure you're not lifting that leg too high. Flex to come back down. Lifting up. Flex and down. Breathe, lift up. Flex and down. And down. Up, flex and down. So working through the range of movement with your ankle. Don't worry if the flexing and pointing feels more restricted or more difficult on one side than the other. It doesn't matter. We're working on loosening both sides. So just look to work to where that joint will allow you to move. 4 more here, lifting up, flex and down. Lifting up, flex and down. 2 more, lifting up, flex and down. Lifting up, flex and down. We're going into everyone's favourite bit. Lifting that leg up, we circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, keep going, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that leg come in front. Let the hip fall forwards. Make it comfortable. Underneath leg lifts up and down. Lift and down. Breathe. Lift and down. Chest is open. So this top hip should feel nice and comfortable. It's resting there while the underneath leg works. Up and down. Pointing the foot. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. Use your top hand to push you back up. Check that you're nice and stacked. That elbow should point to the ceiling. We're going to lift that top leg up just to hip height. Bottom leg finds it, come back down. Lift up, up and down. Breathe. Tighten the tummy as you lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Don't worry if it's harder on one side than the other, but you're not getting as much lift, it doesn't matter. 3 more here. Lift up and down. Lift up and down. Last one, lift up and down. 6 double lifts coming up and down, up and down, up and down. 3 more, lift up and down, up and down. Last one, lift up and down. Relax, roll onto your back. Full body stretch. Give those legs a little shake out. And as you're laying, just bring your soles of your feet together so your hips are nice and open here. Just give those legs a little shake. Now bring yourself onto your hands and knees. Grab a drink if you need one. Okay, we're going to come onto our hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Toes are tucking under. If you know that you suffer with bad wrists, drop yourself down onto your forearms if you need to. From here, as you breathe out, pull your tummy in, press into your hands and your feet, lift those knees off just an inch or so from the floor. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. We want to keep that back in a nice long position. Imagine you're able to balance a glass of wine on your back and not spill it. Think of your tummy lifting you. Your hands and your feet are just there for support. Make sure you're looking towards the end of your mat. If you're dropping your head, you're putting tons of pressure through that neck. We're lifting up and down. Up and down. 4 more here. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Last 2. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Relaxing there. Roll through those wrists. So now we're going to go into more of a downward dog position. So again, if your wrists are sore, you can drop yourself down to your forearms. It is better on long arms to get a better stretch, but you can do it drop down if those wrists are sore. Take your hands and your knees slightly further away from your body. If your feet slip a lot on your mat and you're on carpet, step onto that carpet. If you're on a wooden floor and you know that you slip a lot, get your feet right up towards a wall to stop them from moving. So here you're going to push into your hands and your feet, drive your bottom up high. And we're just holding this position for a few breaths to really stretch out in the back of the legs. So I want you to think about pushing your heels down to increase the stretch through your calves. It doesn't matter if your heels are still lifted. Just think of pushing down into them. Then we're going to come back down. Take a couple of breaths. We're going back up. Drive that bottom up high. Pushing those heels down, but now also pushing into your hands. So pushing yourself back as you press into those hands. Working through those calves, really stretching. And back down. We're going to do 2 more of these, so we've done 4 in total. We're going to push up nice and high. Pressing those feet down, and hopefully you're noticing that you're getting a little bit closer to the floor through those heels each time. Doesn't matter if you're still really lifted, but hopefully you can feel the lengthening through the back of the legs. Keeping that head dropped, you can have a little shake from side to side if it's tense. Bring those knees down. We're taking one more here. Pushing the bottom up high. Holding there, really pressing into those heels. Keeping those legs straight if you can. Nice deep breaths. And come back down. Relax there, just give those wrists a really nice roll through. That's a nice stretch to do if your legs are feeling stiff. Okay, we're going to come into our planks. So same as yesterday, we're all doing our planks on our forearms. So bring yourself to the front of your mat. I'll show you this way again like I did yesterday. What I want you to make sure is that your arms, or your hands, sorry, are pointing forwards. Doesn't matter if they're flat on the floor or they're in a fist. What I want you to avoid is your hands coming in or your hands facing out. And the reason for that is if your hands are coming in together like this, you're rounding through your shoulders. If your arms are coming outwards, you're pushing your shoulders too far back. But if your hands are pointing forwards, then they're staying nice and in line, open through the chest. So try and avoid wanting to bring those hands in together. So dropping down to the forearms, either flat hands or in fists, keeping them in line with your shoulders. We're going to step one leg back behind us. Take the weight into the toes, get that leg straight. Step the other leg out to meet it, the legs are close together. Tuck that bottom under. Bring yourself forwards into your plank. Hold for your breath in and out. Put the knees down. When you're ready, we go again. Stepping back, stepping back. Drop the bottom, squeeze it, pull the tummy in. Knees go down. You need to make sure you're breathing whilst you're there. Don't hold your breath, it will make it harder. Step back, tucking under. Strong plank. Keep those hands facing forwards. Breathe in and out. Knees go down. Stepping back. The other leg comes next to it. Tuck under. Hold. Knees go down. We've got two more here. Stepping back. Stepping back. Strong plank. We hold. Back down. This is your last one for today. Step back, tuck under, holding, knees come down. Take a shoulder stretch back, roll through those wrists if they're still sore. And bring yourself up to kneeling. So we're going to do a little stretch through our neck again. So we're going to tip your ear towards your shoulder. Take your hand over the other ear to pull your head down and reach the arm away. Start to control that breathing. Feel that stretch through the neck into the shoulder. Leave the head where it is, but take your arm away. And just do a half semicircle to bring the other ear to the other shoulder. Your hand comes across, reach the opposite arm away. Lots of us get really tight in this muscle here. This is quite a nice one to do if you're feeling that tension, especially into the shoulders. We'll do one more each side. Leave the head where it is, take the hand away. Half roll to that ear. Take the hand across, reaching the arm away. Make sure that you just drop that shoulder. Don't lift the shoulder to the ear. Let it relax. The hand comes away. Roll the head around. Bring the arm over. Push the other arm away. And then just shake the head from side to side a few times. And then nod up and down. And then relax there. Then we're just going to come into our nice big shoulder roll. So rolling back. And forwards. Bring those arms out to the side. So we're going to lift up, reach, and then leaning over. Come back to the centre, lifting up, reaching over. One more time on each side. We're lifting up and over. We're lifting up and over. And relaxing there. That's the end of today's session. Thank you everybody who has joined today and all of the days that I've been doing the classes. I hope that you've enjoyed them. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to include or any extra stretches that you're interested in. Remember to drop a message below to let me know how you found the class. I hope you have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.